standing by. We've got all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Again, a lot to talk about here today. According to sources with knowledge of the situation, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rule has signed a multi-year contract extension that will keep him with the Huskers beyond 2030. The official announcement is expected to come today. The Nebraska wrestling team is ranked number 2 in the preseason National Wrestling Coaches Association poll. Nebraska Public Media has added a pair of Nebraska women's basketball games to their schedule for the upcoming season. Hastings College volleyball team and soccer teams were in action last night. We'll tell you how they did. The Hastings College men's basketball team will play Oklahoma City today down in McPherson, Kansas. And the district finals are set for high school volleyball. We'll take a peek at the district pairings coming up for Saturday. It's week number 9 of the NFL season tonight as Baltimore will play at Miami. And the World Series, Toronto beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-1 last night to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 coming up on Friday in Toronto. So we'll talk all about that coming up as we welcome in Tyson Ervonic from the Western Studios today. I see you're all decked out in black, ready to go for a blackout Saturday.
That's right. We'll continue with the all-black wardrobe all the way up and through Saturday, and hoping for a it's going to be an interesting one with Nebraska and USC. I don't think if we look back and historically, Nebraska has ever beat the University of Southern California. So maybe good opportunity this week. You mentioned the World Series. God, what a phenomenal pitching performance last night from Toronto as he gets the rock, and record-shattering performance last night from the Toronto Blue Jays. So they'll take that to Game 6. Have a chance to win the World Series. I would have thought Dodgers in 6, especially after the Dodgers won the 18-inning affair. They were able to get that walk-off, and you just had the feeling like, hey, man, this is LA's to lose at this point. They won that game. You figured Toronto was going to be hanging heads and be exhausted. What's Toronto done but come out and turn around and win the next 2 games? So, woe is me. On the World Series prediction, this one, Toronto's starting to flex a little bit. LA's going to have to dig deep if they want to keep that crown, if they want to keep that World Series championship, the crown jewel here in the States. Yeah,
you mentioned the 18-inning win. That was Monday night. The Dodgers had the series lead at that point, but the Dodgers have totaled only 3 runs in losses now to both on Tuesday and Wednesday. I see the Dodgers are hitting only .201 against the Blue Jays over the 5 games of the World Series, and just .200 without an extra base hit with runners in scoring position. So and that kind of started at the end of the regular season, and now it's kind of continued on into the World Series. That the hitting is not there for the Dodgers. Toronto taking advantage, and the Blue Jays, I think, are surprising some folks. They've got a 3-2 series lead going into game number 6 on Friday night in Toronto. They can actually wrap up the World Series at home with a victory on Friday night.
Well, it's kind of wild because going into the World Series, Mike, I told you, said it's not the bats that concern me. I figured LA would kind of find their way with the offense. I go, it's the Dodgers bullpen, and when they got to go turn to the pin, is it going to be deep enough to run with Toronto? As it turns out, pitching has been fine. Maybe scratch out game 2, but the offense, you're right, it's been crickets over there in the LA dugout.
All right, so that's what's going on with the World Series. I guess the big news today out of the States, according to a lot of sources, and you see it all over the place this morning, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rule has evidently signed a multi-year contract extension that will keep him with the Huskers beyond 2030. The official announcement is expected to come today. Thursday is a day where Matt talks to the media anyway, so I can see this unraveling today. Specifics of the deal are not yet known at this time, but the additional years obviously will come with a raise. Rule is set to make $7.5 million this year, $8.5 million in 2026, with escalators taking his salary to $12.5 million by 2030. So if he's going to be signed beyond 2030, obviously it's going to be more than $12.5 million per year for our head football coach.
At a time in which the University of Nebraska is broke. But, whatever. Let's not go there. Athletics are king. Athletics are king. Okay. We've been down this road before, Mike. We've done this same thing. We've re-signed. We've got a little momentum going. We get a little excitement. We re-sign a coach. The next year it's flat. The next year it's gone, and then it's a buyout and a payout for. Hell, I still think we're paying Scott.
I don't think so, but we had to pay him for a while.
Yeah, you got to pay these buyout clauses. I just don't like the long-term extensions when you're living in a world that's so year to year. To make that kind of commitment just seems outrageous to me for these long-term deals. But, and I think for the most part, if universities would just start doing it rather than trying to lock these guys in, because, they're not going to take a 1 to 2 year deal when they're seeing their neighbors right across the way get signed for like a 10-year deal and a lot of guarantees and a lot of money flowing your way, even if it blows up in your face. It's a tough slope to. I think they should start. Like I just think that some athletic director needs to come out and tell all these other athletic directors, hey, we live in a world where if you don't make the playoffs, you're gone. I.e. LSU. And the buyout they're having to pay for Kelly. We got to start at some point signing these guys to shorter contract deals, but
ain't gonna happen.
It's fine.
Ain't gonna happen.
Then we'll continue to pay buyout clauses and
that's what we got.
The same thing we're doing.
That's why we got donors and everybody else.
Yep.
Look at what we're paying out with James Franklin at Penn State. It's the same at LSU. It's going to be the same. Whoever gets those jobs, and there's 9 other job openings right now around the nation.
It's just not a good business model.
But it's the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
It is. That's the way it is, and
things will never be the same.
I'm glad that Matt is staying. I like Matt Rule. I do too. I didn't know a lot about him when he first came here, but as the years have rolled on, the 3rd year now with him, I like him.
I do too.
I think we're on the right path. But we'll see what happens at the end of the year if I'm still saying that.
I told you the path is presented where we could go 0-4.
Could.
Down the stretch. Not win one game.
Could.
It's a very logical path to and picture to paint, and now you're citing a guy right before this potential. Again, like I said, I've seen this before, where you get you get the extension, and then it's 4 games, and then that fan base cranks up the heat to max volume, max temperature. It was an awkward time for it, but I guess. It was probably also from the Nebraska perspective, and excuse my language, probably time to shit or get off the pot. Because Matt had that Penn State opening, and
I don't know how close that was.
Yeah.
Penn State certainly hasn't made a hire yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how close Matt was to maybe.
And we're not going to know.
Unless he says something today.
The extension has me thinking that there was an offer on the table, right? Like, you don't go to your boss asking for a raise or an extension until you have, like, hey, this radio station just called me out of the blue, which they didn't because, you send in applications. But you take it to your boss and they're like, oh, they're going to offer me X number to stay. And then your boss is like, all right, well, you can go then. See you later. Or they can pony up and get you money if they like what you're doing. They want you to stick around. They don't want you to leave. they're going to pony up. So it might have been one of those decisions. Might have been one of those discussions. I'm just speculating. I also think from the recruiting aspect, Rule probably needed some stability and some certainty to let his recruits know, like, hey, I am staying.
Yep.
And so there's that aspect that all comes into play. So multiple different scenarios. I'm sure we'll hear more today.
What about Julie's business?
And this is all we're pontificating about speculation. Nothing official has been announced, but I'm sure we'll hear more today on any talks of an extension.
No, what about Julie's business?
What about it?
Maybe she says, hell
Apparently
no, I've got good business going downtown Lincoln. I'm staying.
Well, if y'all listened to us last week when he was mulling it over, we all said go support Julie's business, go out in masses.
Yeah, he said it was kind of Julie's decision.
Yeah. Maybe she said, you're staying.
Yeah, we're staying. So kudos to Julie if that's the case.
She must have said that before the freeze warning.
Yeah. Let's see, a couple of things in the NFL. The Lions have signed edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson to a 4-year contract extension. He's going to get $180 million with $141 million in guaranteed money. Hutchinson's $45 million average salary trails only the Green Bay Packers' Michael Parsons. Among non-quarterbacks in the NFL, Parsons is making $46.5 million. Hutchinson will make $45 million. So the Lions keeping Aiden Hutchinson around for a while. A 4-year, $180 million deal to stay with the Lions.
Nice.
So some big-time money dishing out there for the Lions defense. Saints coach Kellen Moore said yesterday he intends to start rookie Tyler Shuck.
Hey, we got this name right.
Over Spencer Rattler for the rest of the season.
Ouch.
Shuck was named the team's starter on Tuesday. Yeah, our IT guy sent me a YouTube clip yesterday when they were talking to Tyler Shuck. He said everybody mispronounces my name.
Well, that's
he
good.
says everybody mispronounces my name, but he says it's really Tyler Shuck, spelled Shough. They pronounce that Shuck. He says everybody mispronounces my name. So I don't feel bad yesterday when you and I were stumbling over it, but it is pronounced Tyler Shuck. I still don't see that. In any language whatsoever, I don't see Shuck out of Shough.
Well, you've been around the broadcasting business long enough to, like, first names, for example. Like, there's some that can be really simple names if you just spell them really simple, but they put this little fancy spelling on it, and you're like, well, why can't you just spell it like everybody else so I can read it? Yeah, I don't know. If
he's going to be the starter for the rest of the season, everybody will know his name by the end of the season.
Well, he plays for the Saints, so will they?
Hope so.
I mean,
But he throws interceptions and gets sacked. Atlanta Falcons head coach Raheem Morris said he is optimistic about quarterback Michael Penix Jr. returning after missing last week's game because of a bone bruise. As he's expected to play this week against the New England Patriots. So Penix was out last week, cost me my survivor game against the Miami.
Right.
Penix was on his sidelines. I should get a mulligan for that because I didn't have my starting quarterback.
But you knew that.
Yeah, I knew that going in.
You knew that going in. You said you were fine with Kirk Cousins. In fact, you picked them because you like Kirk Cousins, who now, by the way, wants to trade.
Why does he want to trade? He
wants to start.
He was god-awful last week.
He still wants to start.
Yeah, and I want to make $1 million too. Yeah, he was awful. What did he show last week in their loss to the Miami Dolphins that persuaded him to say, I want to trade and because I want to start? God, he was awful against a team that has been in a tank all season long, and now he wants to be a starter somewhere in the NFL.
Tell me how you really feel about him.
Well, he cost me my survivor pick. Jaden Daniels is on pace to return to the Washington Commanders starting lineup after a one-game absence. He missed the Chiefs game on Monday because of a sore right hamstring. He's expected to play this weekend. So Jaden Daniels back in there for the Commanders. They need him back in there. They're kind of struggling a little bit.
So does my fantasy team.
You got him on your team too?
One of my leagues, not our league.
I was going to say not on our league.
Nope.
Let's see what else is going on. Tampa will host the College Football Playoff National Championship game at Raymond James Stadium on January 22nd of 2029.
Glad to know.
Tampa will become the fourth city to host the College Football Playoff title game for a second time, joining Atlanta, New Orleans, and Miami Gardens, Florida. Miami will be the host for the next national championship game on January the 19th at Hard Rock Stadium, a game that will feature the winners of the Fiesta and the Peach Bowls, which will host the semifinals. So will be in Miami this year, 2027, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, followed by the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans in 2028. Then it's off again to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa in 2029.
Go ahead and put that in my calendar.
Yeah, maybe we'll be playing in that by 2029. Better get hotel rooms. Get hotel rooms for January 22nd of 2029. We could be there. We could be there. Good. Anyway, those are the some of the sports headlines going on here today. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to chime in with us today, that's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. Something we've talked about so far, maybe on the extension for Matt Rule to stay at Nebraska. Get some thoughts on that. Drop us a line. We'll monitor the comments. Very festive again on our video site. If you're watching us on the video this morning, we are ready for Halloween. We're on Halloween Eve.
This is Halloween.
What if the IT guy, is he going to work on Thanksgiving and Christmas after this?
I'm sorry, what?
Our IT guy.
Oh, you mean the decorations?
Yeah, our decorations.
I thought you were asking if he was going to work on Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, I hope not.
No, you're asking if we're going to work on Thanksgiving?
Hell no. And not Black Friday either.
Probably not.
No, not Black Friday. I mean, you can. I won't be here.
You're not going to be here on Black Friday?
No.
No, we're probably not going to work that day.
We're not working. We didn't work last year.
Didn't we?
We didn't.
Well, we set the precedence then.
Yeah.
We set the precedent, so we're not working.
Don't you take away my Black Friday again.
Yeah.
You know what happened last time.
Yeah, we're probably not going to work on Black Friday. Nebraska plays on Black Friday.
That's right.
Yeah, we're not going to.
We're not working.
We're not working. We haven't had to work that since you and I were together at our previous stop
That's
in this
what I'm
broadcasting
saying.
world.
We got pissed about it.
Yeah, because we're the only ones working.
And then we said, hey, if we ever do this on our own, we're not going to work Black Friday.
Yeah, we're not working. Let's put that out right now. You and I are we're taking that weekend off.
Hell yeah.
Thursday, what are we going to do? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, we did it last year. It was glorious.
Yeah, we're going to take that weekend off. I'm not even going to propose it to the bookkeeper. I'm just going to tell her.
It's not happening.
These days we're off. I'll put a note on her desk this morning. By the way, me and Tyson talked about this on the show today. We're going to both be off on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, yeah, we can't do something one year and then turn around and do it the next. Once you set a precedent, it's in stone.
I agree.
Black Friday, we're off.
All right. Big. We got the big football game going on this week between Nebraska and USC. Volleyball The Huskers still number one in the nation, still undefeated on the year. They've got 11 consecutive sweeps, and they've won 34 consecutive sets in a row. But they got a tough match coming up on Friday. They're going to be on the road playing at Wisconsin. Ran into Danny Busboom Kelly yesterday. Danny says obviously Wisconsin is a very talented team.
You have one of the best players in the country on the left, one of the best middles. I think they're starting to figure it out with their new setter, and I know they're definitely going to be motivated to beat us. So I think there's more than just one thing. I think the whole matchup is challenging.
And the coach says the Nebraska squad is kind of hungry for a challenge at Wisconsin.
Feels like they're hungry and just excited to play in a crazy environment and, take on another great player. I think it's always fun to go into a match, hoping to perform at a high level and be able to slow somebody down. But I also think this team hasn't had a challenge like that in a while. So, hopefully it doesn't come out that we've been complacent or that, we need this. It'd be great if we played awesome and it wasn't a challenge, but I think most of us know that's unlikely.
So again, Nebraska has won 11 consecutive matches with a sweep, 34 consecutive sets in a row that they have won. What happens if Nebraska happens to drop a set? Are they preparing for something like this?
I wouldn't say there's anything like super unique or new that we're doing. Just, again, making sure our practices are structured to set up like some really good matchups. And when we mix up teams, that allows us to do that. But, again, putting our players in challenging situations in practice against other players has been pretty important. I thought yesterday was one of our most competitive practices in a while, so that was a great sign. At the end of October when you can walk away practice and say that. So I was proud of them for that.
Life must be good when you're not worrying about dropping matches, but what happens if I drop a set during this match? What's our team going to do? That's our worry. We're not practicing on losing a set and how we're going to react to that. That's her worry right now.
Life is good.
Life is good. Not dropping a match, but what happens if our streaks come to an end? Well, how's our team going to react?
That's your championship caliber mentality, right? I mean, you go out and you dominate the floor. It's not just every match; it's every set. It's not letting things slip and letting teams. Listen, you're vulnerable. Everybody's hungry to go after the defending. To go after this volleyball powerhouse. All the national championships, the number one ranking, everyone talks about Nebraska, all the attendance records that we've set. So you have a bullseye on your back every single moment of every single match. And if you don't come prepared to dominate the competition and you give them a sliver of hope that they might be able to pull the upset, they're going to do it. And so you have to have that mentality every time.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Friday night. Starting time, first serve on the Big Ten Network. Nebraska playing at Wisconsin. Should be a tough match coming up on Friday night. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports at 7:24.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start first with the federal government shutdown as it now enters week number 5. U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts says Republicans are still waiting for Democrats to support a continuing resolution to keep the government funded. The proposed resolution would maintain funding at current levels through November 21st. Ricketts says negotiations on other issues, such as the extension of tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, will not occur, which is a major sticking point in this entire thing, will not occur until after the government is reopened. Ricketts said there are currently conversations happening behind the scenes, but official negotiations and debates will all have to wait. Well, sir, while we wait, due to the federal government shutdown, benefits under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program were paused in Nebraska yesterday. Nationwide, approximately 41 million people are expected to lose access to SNAP benefits at the end of the month. In Nebraska specifically, almost 75,000 households participate in SNAP, and losing SNAP benefits means individuals and families will face abrupt loss of funds that are designated for food, which could increase food insecurity. Local nonprofits are reporting a surge in demand. For example, the Community Action Partnership of Western Nebraska reported having to turn away 30 people in one day, and that's a large increase for the Panhandle. The timing, these benefits pausing rather than gradually reducing, increases urgency for affected households to identify alternate food assistance programs. 726. Let's go to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Again, according to sources with knowledge of the situation, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rule has signed a multi-year contract extension that will keep him with the Huskers beyond 2030. The official announcement is expected to come today. Specifics of the deal are not known at this time, but the additional years obviously will come with a raise. Rule is set to make $7.5 million this year, $8.5 million in 2026, with escalators taking his salary to $12.5 million in 2030. The Nebraska wrestling team is ranked number 2 in the preseason National Wrestling Coaches Association poll. Penn State is ranked number 1. Iowa is 3rd, followed by Ohio State and Oklahoma State. This ties for the highest ranking ever for the Nebraska wrestling program. Nebraska Public Media has added a pair of Nebraska women's basketball games to their schedule. The network will televise the January 4th game against Purdue at 2 and the January 28th game against Northwestern at 7. The pair of games produced by Nebraska Public Media pushes Nebraska's regular season TV coverage to 13 games, joining an 11-game schedule produced by the Big Ten TV partners. Hastings College volleyball team lost to Mount Marty last night, 23-25, 13-25, 26-24, 19-25. Elsie Benny had 15 kills for the Broncos. McKenna Suter had 14. Hastings is now 6-18. They're 3-11 in the conference. They'll play at the College of St. Mary's on Saturday. Preserve will be at 3. Hastings College women's soccer team scored 5 goals in the first 19 minutes to beat Midland 7-1 last night in Fremont. The Broncos are now 12-3-3. They're 7-2-2 in the conference. Hastings will be the number 3 seed for the GPAC postseason tournament and will play host to Dakota Wesleyan on Tuesday at Lloyd Wilson Field. Game time will be at 7 o'clock. Hastings College men's soccer team, they lost to Midland 8-1. The Broncos are now 8-4-5 on the season, 4-3-3 in the conference. Hastings will be the number 6 seed for the postseason tournament and will play at Concordia on Saturday. Game time will be at 6. Hastings College men's basketball team will play Oklahoma City today in McPherson, Kansas. The Broncos are 0-2 in the season. After losses last week to Central Methodist and to Bellevue, tip-off today is set for 1 o'clock. District finals are set for high school volleyball on Saturday. Kearney Catholic will play at Milford. Adams Central is at Minden. Centura is at Norfolk Catholic. Hastings St. Cecilia will play at Thurr Central. St. Paul is at Utan. Niobrara Verdigris is at Amherst. Tri-County Northeast will play at Shelton. Juanita Palisade on the road playing at Overton. Sutton will play at Exeter Milligan Friend. Silver Lake at Sumner Eddyville Miller. And Red Cloud is at Sand Hills Thetford. Winners advance to the state tournament next week. Week number 9 of the NFL season gets started tonight as Baltimore plays at Miami. Kickoff will be at 7:15 on Prime. Toronto beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-1 last night in Game 5 of the 2025 World Series. The Blue Jays now lead the series 3-2. Game 6 coming up Friday night in Toronto. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:30 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Thursday morning started off on a chilly note with dipping into the upper 20s earlier this morning. Don't let that fool you, though. After a chilly start, we will warm nicely with a high of 59 degrees. The trade-off, of course, will be a little bit of wind. We'll be south-southwest about 10 to 15 after the wind switch to the northwest, and we'll see gusts of 25. 33 overnight tonight, 53 and mostly sunny Friday, 49 Saturday, and then we'll see 60s returning Sunday and a few days after.
All right, death to the bugs. We've got clear skies this morning. Temp stands at 26 in Hastings. Winds blowing out of the southwest at 4 miles per hour. You're listening to Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Join us at Maleta Vista Winery for The Day the Internet Died, a hilarious mystery dinner that you become a part of. Hey, this is Mick inviting you to get your tickets for 2 unforgettable nights, October 18th and November 8th. Gather your friends, enjoy a great meal, crack the case before dessert. Seating is limited, so get your tickets today at MaletaVistaWinery.com. And don't miss the mystery that everyone will be talking about, The Day the Internet Died. Get your tickets online at MaletaVistaWinery.com, St. Paul, Nebraska.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Bronick with you as Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Speaking of trivia, you can now play at the Tank in downtown Hastings. Added that location to our list of places. You can play our sports and I guess it's not sports trivia anymore. We've kind of added some other things to that, but you can play our trivia game on site. Now it's a Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings, also District 14 Bar and Pizza. Last night, adding the Tank to our location. Of course, you can always play our trivia game on our mobile site as well.
Online from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, you can do it at home. But that's another place that you can watch all of our sports that we offer on our social media sites as well. The Tank in downtown Hastings. So, all right, rolling along here. Again, Survivor. We're down to 3 people. It's the Ty show.
Let's go.
You unveiled your pick yesterday. You're going to take Green Bay over Carolina. We got to Tyler Moritz. We've got to Ty Schleicher, also among the finalists in our Survivor. And they have until 6 o'clock tonight to make their selections. We'll take a peek as soon as the window closes at 6 o'clock tonight. We mentioned the choices. The Rams, a 14-point favorite this week over New Orleans. The Chargers, 9.5-point favorite over Tennessee. Detroit, an 8.5-point favorite over Minnesota. Green Bay, a 13-point favorite over Carolina. All solid choices that would appear for Survivor. New England is a 6-point favorite versus Atlanta. And Baltimore tonight is a 7.5-point favorite at Miami. I would think that those would be among the choices, but we'll see what Ty elect to do today. Again, you're locked in. You're locked in with the Green Bay for your Survivor pick.
Well, a lot of the teams that you just mentioned have already used, and so it was kind of either between Green Bay or the Rams. But at the end of the day, I just didn't like the quarterback change going on in New Orleans. Again, sometimes that quarterback change can spark and weird things can happen. So ultimately picked Green Bay to keep the momentum going that they've got over there at Lambeau. Again,
the winner of Survivor wins a 55-inch TV donated by Mid-America Truck Sales, just in time to watch those big football games coming up here at the end of the year. You get the gift card from Molina Vista Winery up in St. Paul. You get a flat-top grill, help you out with those tailgating needs here this fall. The Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill gift card. You get the oil change from Conard Auto Care and the 60-minute head spa experience with KK and the crew at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings. That all goes to our Survivor champion. So we'll see what Ty elect to do with their Survivor picks coming up by 6 o'clock tonight. Talk some Husker football, shall we? The Huskers and USC on Saturday at Memorial Stadium. Blackout. It's a blackout at the Memorial Stadium. Everybody's supposed to wear black this week. 6:30 starting time at NBC. John Butler, Nebraska defensive coordinator, was before us yesterday, and he talked about that USC offense.
They're a handful, right? So they average 530 yards a game, 7.89 yards per play. They're scoring over 40 points a game. They can run it, they can throw it. They got a good quarterback. They got good wideouts. They have an athletic offensive line, so it's a huge challenge. It's a great opportunity, though. You know, you either look at things as challenges or threats, and this is a great challenge for us, our young defense, to kind of go and play in a great environment against a great offense that has a system in place. It's a system that you can watch from way back when he was at East Carolina all the way to now. He clearly knows what he wants to do in terms of when he wants to run it, how he wants to throw it. So it's a great challenge.
And John Butler is hoping the home crowd will help out the Huskers this weekend.
I would ask every single Husker fan that's going to be at the game to be as loud and as crazy and as disruptive as they can be, and we're going to try to do the same with how we play and how I call the game. But we need every bit of help we can get. Obviously, you play at home in front of our crowd, in front of our people. In a night game, we want to take advantage of that opportunity. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to how our defense plays, how our defense executes against a really good offense and a really good play caller.
USC will utilize two tight ends on most of their offensive sets, which can cause some problems for a defense.
The thing you see with his 12 personnel sets is he has tight ends that can play wide out and tight ends that can play tight end. And so a lot of times when you see that, that's a popular thing that people do in the NFL, but a lot of times you can kind of decipher, okay, this is the U tight end or maybe the more finesse tight end, and this is their blocking tight end, and you can kind of put your pieces of your puzzle together that way. But when you look at their guys, they're pretty equally, the ball's equally distributed to them. They're equally used as blockers. They snipe back across the line of scrimmage. They counter and come back. So that's like when you're looking at players in general, defense or offense, you want it to be as complete as you can be, because you're not wanting to be like, okay, this guy can only do this, and now you get a sub and people get a tell for you. So, the 12 personnel grouping is a threat because they could get together and block you, and they could spread out and throw it on you. So I think that's always a challenge.
And USC also has a pretty good quarterback, as you might expect, in Jaden Maeva.
Yeah, you can really see that he's a smart quarterback that takes the instruction, not only through the week from the head coach and the play caller, but also in the game. They're in sync when they have to check out of a play, and he's looking to the sidelines to get the information from his staff. He gets them into the right play, whether it's checking out of a run into a pass or checking out of a run into a screen or they check everything. So they'll check a run to a run, they'll check a run to a pass to a run. So you can see when he does that, for the most part, he's doing it right. So I think he's a really good player. I think he's got more escapability than people realize because he's big and he's strong and he gets away from the rush. He has enough running ability that obviously we've had some issues with that throughout the year, that we've got to make sure we keep him in the pocket when the opportunity is there for it. But he's definitely a guy that's much improved from where he was last year at this time, because of obviously he's just had so many more starts and so much more experience against pretty good competition. He's played some good defenses this year too.
Now USC has had some injuries at running back, but the coach says they're not doing anything different with their rushing attack with the backups now in the ballgame.
When I was asking the guys the other night, I was like, who's this guy? Number 1 was elite. Number 2 is elite. Then 21 comes in the game. Then 30 comes in the game. So they're not doing anything different. They're running their plays, and there really is not much drop-off. Unfortunately, you'd hope that when you get down to the 4th-string running back, he wouldn't be as good as the 1st-string running back. But, USC's always had depth at really almost every position. You look at their roster, they've got, California is a fertile area for football players, and they've got plenty at each position, and the running back room is no exception. They got some dudes. So we're going to have to get as many people around the ball as possible and try to create some takeaways with those guys.
All right, that's Nebraska defensive coordinator John Butler going to have his hands full Saturday. USC and Nebraska, 6:30 starting time at NBC.
Doesn't really paint a positive picture going into battle when he's talking about all the offensive numbers that they've put up when we can't handle offenses that are fairly anemic. So I don't know. Like I said, I have my doubts about this game, and I was hoping that those doubts would start to dissipate come the latter portion of the week, and we'd be all drunk on Roulade by Friday and predicting a Husker victory. I just don't see it.
Yesterday on our network, the Beeson boys, they were talking about Nebraska and USC yesterday. In fact, they were leaning toward Nebraska covering the spread. They had a couple of guys that were on the show that I was listening to that even liked Nebraska to win the game.
I don't see it.
USC, are they different playing on the road than at home?
Team. It doesn't matter if USC's different. I mean, we got to look at ourselves, and we have to execute, and we have to do the things necessary to put ourselves in position to win. And right now, I don't think we can.
God, you're Debbie Downer all of a sudden.
I'm not Debbie Downer. I'm being realistic. There's Jimmy's and Joe's. There's a very distinct Jimmy's and Joe's scenario that comes into play here. They've got athletes, and we don't have a defensive line that has proven it could stop a nosebleed, let alone a 5-star running back, and let alone multiple waves of 5-star running backs that come rushing down the field. I see USC holding the ball. I see them winning the time of possession battle, probably the turnover margin, because we're going to get frustrated and make silly mistakes. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're eating crow on Monday.
Because I've never been this negative.
You haven't.
and doubtful going into a Saturday.
I hope you eat crow on Monday. In fact, I'm going to make sure the recorders are on this show.
Go ahead.
And 7:45 on Thursday, I'm going to bookmark that.
Book it.
And then we're going to play that back on Monday.
Book it. But what have we done in the last 25 years of college football in Nebraska?
We're 0-28 against nationally ranked teams.
Jesus, that's insane. We're 0-28. We haven't won a game against USC.
I'll have to go back and see who the last ranked team that we beat. 28 games.
I want to say
ago.
Michigan. I want to say Michigan State. I want to say it was Michigan State on that. It was a night game. It was a long bomb to Brandon Riley. Remember him?
Yeah.
When Riley got shoved out of bounds, came back in, and there was a big uproar about whether that touchdown was even legal.
God, what year was that?
A long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. But I want to say it was Michigan State was our last top 25 win.
28 games.
Again, that's not using Google. That's not using any sort of internet resource. That's just trying to think back.
Yeah, you might be right.
28 games, winless against USC. Really no indication over the course of the last 4 games that we are ready to contend with top 25 caliber competition. I just don't know.
But we're only a 6.5 point dog. 6.5 point dog at home. Could that be part of my Blazing 5? I'm starting to drink the Roulade.
You remember the last time that USC came to Lincoln? And it was like this big welcome to your worst nightmare, and it was a blackout in the student section. And USC came out and in the first 3 possessions just kicked Nebraska's teeth in. And the game was over in the first 5 minutes. And it was all of this excitement, all of this buildup for a complete flatline performance. I just
what they
don't
beat
want
us by last year. I left all my notes on the opposite side of my office here.
The last time they beat a top 20, 2016 against Oregon, according to Shaner.
2016 against Oregon?
Yes.
Was the last time we beat a ranked opponent?
How the hell did we beat Oregon?
I don't know. We stepped up.
How the hell did we
We
beat
executed
Oregon?
just like we're going to do this week. Yeah, I don't have my notes. I don't know what USC. We played them last year. What did USC beat us by last year? You got that right there.
It was close.
Yeah.
For a while. 28-20.
Yeah, see? 28-20 a season ago. Out there. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised here on a Thursday that we give USC a run. You're not buying it.
I'm not buying what you're selling. I'm not buying what you're selling.
I'm selling.
You're selling hope. You're selling hope and optimism.
No, I'm selling a new case of Roulade here. You get this deal: 48 packs of Roulade. I'm trying to sell it to you. 48 packs of Kool-Aid in our new Roulade package that we're offering. You're not buying it.
No, because everything is going according to the last 20 years of Husker football. It's all I've seen this tape before, and until I'm shown differently, I'm not going to continue to watch this sequel. Moderate success leads to contract extension, leads to next 4 failures, leads to 6 wins, and a very split fan base, one that's aggravated that we're not playing well enough, one that's just happy to be presently playing postseason football. Enough. And until we can go out again, you can't tell me that a last-ditch effort, a kick return basically for a touchdown, one special teams play away from losing to Northwestern, and now all of a sudden we're going to turn around and we're going to go toe to toe with USC and we're going to box? Get out of here.
Maybe we were putting all of our efforts concentrating on USC this week.
Can't tell me that a team that got gashed and unpantsed against Minnesota on national TV in primetime on a Friday is going to turn around and go toe-to-toe with USC. You can't tell me that a team that got lucky and got an interception late in a football game on a game-winning drive from Michigan State. Same thing with Maryland. We have not played well against the middle-of-the-road teams.
Look at the Miami Dolphins last week. We dished them for 3 weeks.
So your argument is that a blind monkey finds a banana once in a while?
And that's what it might be. That it could be that.
That's not good enough for me.
The blind monkey might find the banana on Saturday.
I'll be happy if we do. I'll be stoked. I'll come on Monday's show. We'll have the confidence of 1,000 suns, and we'll ready to.
You better get ready right out of the chute Monday.
We'll get ready to bulldoze the rest of the schedule.
In fact, if Nebraska wins Saturday, you're starting the show Monday, and you're going to apologize.
I will not apologize for an opinion. Will not apologize for an opinion.
I was going to invite you to our Saturday night gathering, but God, I don't want Debbie Downer in our audience.
Well, I'm actually going, so.
You're going to the game?
Hell yeah.
You're going to the game on Saturday?
Yes, sir. Bringing my vocal cords with me. I'm gonna be loud and obnoxious and just as enthusiastic of a supporter as the rest of the 90,000 in there. But I'm just gonna tell you, I have my doubts.
Oh, I do not want to sit beside you.
I'm loud.
And then when things don't go right, you'll be doubly loud.
I won't be.
Yeah, I won't
be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. You
especially
would be.
if I'm expecting it to happen, then I'm not pissed that it doesn't.
You will though. You will.
I really like that you're.
Yeah, I know you
so
way too much. You sitting in the stadium, and things are not going right for your team that you're cheering for. Things are not going right. You will be doubly as loud. I know you. What section are you sitting in that I'm going to give warning to?
I actually have no idea. I don't have my tickets yet because they haven't been transferred digitally. We're gonna meet up before the game to transfer those digitally.
Uh-huh.
I know. You gotta love the new system.
Yeah, you might be watching it in the rail yard when you can't get those tickets digitally transferred.
You're very nervous about the digital.
Yes, I am.
I know you are.
I am.
I don't. It doesn't bother me.
That's when I travel and have to do that. I take the IT guy with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he does all that stuff for me. And he just says, "Here, push this button, and your tickets will be there."
We'll be there. We'll be loud. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I just hope that I don't know anybody that sits beside you in the stadium.
I'm looking forward to a fun atmosphere. It's a night game. There's beer sales.
I know you'll have beer sales all afternoon long.
Oh.
What time are you getting down there? About 7?
What?
What time are you going to Lincoln? About 7 a.m.?
Oh, shit. No, I was going to say 7 p.m. That's a little bit late. We're kicking off by then. No, I'll probably go down sometime in the afternoon. Meet up shortly before what would normal people would call supper time. We'll have a little pregame festivity around 3 o'clock.
No, I suggest you leave town at 7.
In the morning?
Yeah, 7 a.m.
I wouldn't make it to kickoff. You want me to go in Lincoln and party all day?
Yeah, because
I don't have the funds for that. B, I would never make it.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there's no word. Pace does not exist in my vocabulary.
Maybe noon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go down about noon.
Take off about noon.
That's my
Get
game
down
plan.
there about 2 o'clock, find a place to park.
Yep.
All right. I just hope somebody's not sitting beside you that I know.
I don't think you...
You're going to be hoarse on Monday.
You haven't seen me in public.
I've seen you in public lots of times.
You haven't seen me in public lately. Like, I've turned this new leaf. I'm actually decent to people.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I've seen you in public before. So, all right. 7:55, we've gotten through that little break. 7:55, you're listening to Mike and Tyson this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Federal government shutdown has now entered week number 5. Yesterday, U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts saying that Republicans are still waiting for Democrats to support a continuing resolution to keep the government funded. The proposed resolution would maintain funding at current levels through November 21st. Ricketts says the negotiation on other issues, such as the extension of tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, will not occur until after the government is reopened, meaning that the Republicans have no interest in listening to the Democrats' demands to reopen the government. Ricketts said there are currently conversations happening behind the scenes, but official negotiations and debates will have to wait. And while we wait, people are literally starving due to the federal government shutdown. Benefits under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, were paused yesterday in Nebraska. Nationwide, approximately 41 million people are expected to lose access to SNAP benefits at the end of the month. In Nebraska specifically, almost 75,000 households participate in SNAP, and losing SNAP benefits mean these individuals and families will face the abrupt loss of funds that have been designated for food, which could increase food security. In fact, it will increase food security because local nonprofits are already reporting a surge in demand. For example, the Community Action Partnership out in western Nebraska in the Panhandle had to turn away 30 people in one day, which is a large increase for out in western Nebraska. The timing, these benefits pausing rather than gradually reducing, increasing the urgency for the affected households to identify alternate food assistance resources. 7:57. We swing it back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, according to sources with knowledge of the situation, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rule has signed a multi-year contract extension that will keep him with the Huskers beyond 2030. The official announcement is expected today. Specifics of the deal are not yet known at this time, but the additional years obviously will come with a raise. Rule is set to make $7.5 million this year, $8.5 million in 2026, with escalators taking his salary to $12.5 million by 2030. Hastings College volleyball team lost to Mount Marty last night in 4 games. The Broncos are now 6-18 on the season, 3-11 in the conference. They'll play at the College of St. Mary's on Saturday. Hastings College women's soccer team scored 5 goals in their first 19 minutes to beat Midland last night 7-1. The Broncos now 12-3-3. They're 7-2-2 in the conference. Hastings will be the number 3 seed for the GPAC postseason tournament. They'll play Dakota Wesleyan on Tuesday at Lloyd Wilson Field. Game time will be at 7. Hastings College men, they lost to Midland last night by a score of 8-1. Hastings is now 8-4-5 in the season, 4-3-3 in the conference. Broncos will be the 6th seed for the postseason tournament. They will play at Concordia on Saturday. Game time will be at 6. Hastings College men's basketball team will play Oklahoma City today in McPherson, Kansas. The Broncos are 0-2 in the season after losses last week to Central Methodist and to Bellevue. Week number 9 of the NFL season gets started tonight as Baltimore will play at Miami. Kickoff at 7:15 on Prime. And Toronto beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-1 last night in Game 5 of the 2025 World Series. The Blue Jays now lead the series 3-2. Game 6 is set for Friday in Toronto. That's a check on your news headlines at 7:59 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Thursday morning started off on a chilly note with dipping into the upper 20s earlier this morning. Don't let that fool you, though. After a chilly start, we will warm nicely with a high of 59 degrees. The trade-off, of course, will be a little bit of wind. We'll be south-southwest about 10 to 15 after the wind switch to the northwest, and we'll see gusts to 25. 33 overnight tonight, 53 and mostly sunny Friday, 49 Saturday, and then we'll see 60s returning Sunday and a few days after.
Southwest winds this morning at 4 miles per hour. Clear skies. It is 26 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
All right, Mike Wilds, Center Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, don't forget, tomorrow night we'll have the Class D1 State High School football playoffs for you. It'll be Sandy Creek taking on Wisner Pilger tomorrow night in the second round. Game time will be at 6 o'clock on the air with a pregame at about 5:45 tomorrow afternoon from the Hill at Sandy Creek. Saturday, we'll have Hastings College football. It'll be the Broncos playing host to the 6th-ranked team in the nation, the Dordt Defenders. That game gets underway at 1 with a kickoff with a pregame show, Pigskin Preview at 12 o'clock noon. So if you're not heading to the Nebraska game on Saturday, boy, you can have a double dip this week. You have a Hastings College football in the afternoon, then the Huskers at night. Hastings going on the road last week and picking up an exciting win over Mount Marty up in Yankton on a last-second field goal, and we'll see if we can double them up with a big win over Dordt on Saturday afternoon.
I have to create an account to get the tickets transferred over. My password for this account, get this is awesome. Talk about secure. Must contain 14 characters, 1 number, 1 uppercase letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 symbol. Do you think I'm really going to remember my freaking password after today?
No, and that is so stupid. Yeah, because I have a like a Ticketmaster account.
Yep.
And I think I have the same rules. No, the next time I sign in, I'll be one of those guys that hit forgot password. Yeah, I'll click on that forgot password, and then it'll come back to me in my email. I'll say, why did I have such a stupid password? So what's your? I shouldn't ask you.
What's my password? No, I'm not.
What's your password going to be?
We're not doing that.
To steal your tickets?
We're not doing that.
So, do you know this guy that you're getting these tickets from?
Yeah.
So you're just getting get them randomly off with like the internet or StubHub or something like that.
No.
You know this guy.
Yeah.
So he's not going to kind of scam you.
No. It's already done. 2 tickets.
You've already got it transferred?
Just done. North Stadium, Section 38.
Oh, God, I know some people there.
Be ready.
North Stadium, Section 38. What row?
Oh, we're way up there. We're high up. 84.
How are you going to get up there?
With uppies.
That's my first question. How are you going to get to the 84th row in the North Stadium after partaking in tailgating festivities in the rail yard on Saturday afternoon ahead of the 6:30 kickoff? And then, what's the closest beer stand to the 84th row?
That's what I have to Google. I have to find all this.
I
had
hope
to do
it's
some research today.
I hope it's not
Shut up.
like right out.
No. If you make me walk 10,000 miles to get a beer, it's not happening. I'm just going to load up.
You can only get 2 at a time.
Son of a bitch.
Where is it?
No, I don't know. I was just saying son of a gun because I don't want to walk. I don't want to do two at a time.
Yeah, you can only get 2 at a time.
That's responsible. Anyways, we'll find that out. I'll let you know what my research team comes up with.
84th row. I'm concerned about you getting to the 84th row.
High up there.
So, all right, tomorrow is going to be Friday. That means that we'll have our Frozen 5 for you.
Frozen 5.
Yeah, I went 0-5 last week.
You did not very good.
You were also, you had a losing record. I think everybody
2
did.
and 3.
You went 2-3.
2 and 3.
IT guy, I think he went 2-3.
2 and 3. You went 0-5. There was a chance that you guys could have split that game and been 1-4 and further my lead. I didn't think after going 2 and 3 that I was going to be able to extend my lead. Somehow, after going 2 and 3, I was able to extend my lead.
God, that's embarrassing.
So we got Frozen 5 coming up tomorrow. You got work to do.
I do have work to do.
You have soul searching and work to do.
All right, you'd like to listen to the show again or parts of the show again, you can go to our podcast section and download the podcast and listen to the show at your convenience. And again, make plans to be here again tomorrow morning at 7. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8